Hello, my fellow Americans and international friends, and welcome back into the Cal Report. Special edition today, we're in late June. Thought I'd do a road trip style video like this one since gas prices in California are scheduled to increase once again in just a few days on July 1st. And that is, of course, caused from Senate Bill 1. Today we're traveling on Old Pacific Coast Highway 1. Of course, this highway follows the Pacific coastline right along the central coast part of the state. And you'd have to say the most scenic part of the drive is the 140 miles from Morro Bay all the way to Monterey. So we're going to start our journey up the coastline by stopping at Mission San Luis Obispo. I think you guys will like this one. Let's take a look. So here we are inside Mission San Luis Obispo de Tolosa, which was actually built all the way back in 1772. In fact, here's a fun fact. There's quite a few cities in California that started off as missions. Cities like San Diego, San Luis Obispo, the one that we're in, San Francisco, Santa Barbara, Santa Cruz, San Rafael, they all began as missions. But this one here in San Luis Obispo was the fifth one in a chain of 21 missions stretching from San Diego to Sonoma. It was founded by Spanish priest Junipero Serra and built by the Chumash Indians. Its combination of belfry and vestibule is unique among California missions. In fact, it was the first mission to use tiles extensively on the roof due to repeated attacks by Indians who used flaming arrows to ignite the original thatched roof. Another thing that makes this mission unique is that it was one of the first to experiment with producing roof tiles reminiscent of the materials used in Spain, which were used extensively throughout the site and ultimately became a distinctive component of most California missions. So as we make our way up our beautiful coastline, here's a little bit of history for you. So a guy by the name of John L.D. Roberts, M.D., from New York, founded the town of Seaside in 1887 on land he had purchased from an uncle. Subsequently, he became a postmaster, planner, and county supervisor, as well as a rural country doctor who visited patients on horseback. He dreamed of a road that would take him from his home in Monterey quickly to patients in need. One day, a shipwreck required Dr. Roberts to ride to Point Sur, taking him nearly 4 hours to reach Point Sur to care for the injured. He recognized the need for a road and photographed the land between San Simeon and Carmel, and has been credited with being the first surveyor of this rocky stretch of coast. So construction on Highway 1 began in 1919. Initial estimates came in at $1.5 million. Federal funds were appropriated, and in 1921, voters approved additional state funds. San Quentin Prison actually set up 3 temporary prison camps to provide the labor for the road. One was set up by Little Sur River, one at Kirk Creek, and later one was established at Anderson Creek. Inmates were paid 35 cents a day and their prison sentences reduced in return for their hard work. The heaviest construction was in the 65-mile section between Spruce Creek and the area north of San Simeon. Although the construction was essential, much devastation was caused by dynamiting and later bulldozing, and scars and subsequent repairs are visible. When you make your way into the town of Big Sur, California, you'll notice something pretty recognizable. If you've ever watched television, chances are you've seen this bridge in many different automobile commercials. It was pretty windy on this part of the beautiful California coastline today, so it wasn't exactly the perfect kind of weather for a stand-up. And I didn't want to lose my camera. So, anyways, it was actually named after Charles H. Bixby, a New Yorker who fell in love with the California coast way back in 1852. For many years, he went back and forth between the east and west coasts. Eventually, he purchased 160 acres in the year 1889, south of Bixby Creek. But anyway, how this was all possible right here was because 825 trucks brought in 6,600 cubic yards of concrete and 600,000 pounds of reinforcing steel. The very distinct Rainbow Arch was first formed with 300,000 board feet of Douglas fir, which is a special species of tree. It's one of the best timber trees in North America. Of course, maintenance, like all roads, is ongoing. For as long as PCH has existed, the most damage has been from landslides. Winter storms cause erosion, resulting in the closing of the highway for extended periods. But when spring comes, the road opens, and once again, tourists and natives alike enjoy the very scenic drive. We decided to venture off of Highway 1 a little bit once we got up to the Monterey Peninsula and hit 17 Mile Drive. You can't truly say you've done 17 Mile Drive unless you hit this spot, right? That right there is the Lone Cypress. Believed to be more than 250 years old, it is considered to be the single most photographed tree in the world. That's it for today. Really appreciate you guys watching my video. As always, be sure to hit that like button or that plus sign, leave a comment, or please subscribe to the channel. Always appreciate it, guys. And of course, this podcast is done in association with Conservative Patriots of Orange County. That's what's going on in California. God bless. Take care. And I'll see you all next time.